Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'd like you to share, subscribe, and like. Now, today, this is a shocking case from Limpopo, exposes not just brutal violence, but deep systematic rot. Really? Yeah. Because this is now like a norm. It appears like human life no longer counts. You know, it's really a systematic rot if you ask me. Obviously, it defines racism and inequality the more. And these stories keep reoccurring, happening. This is not right. Not right at all. What do you think? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you.
There's been a major change in the case that grabbed the world's attention. That was after two women were found unalived, shot, and then allegedly fed to pigs. One of the accused is now a free man. This is after charges against him were dropped. But this doesn't mean he's no longer part of the case. Rudolph de Wet has switched sides, and he'll be back as a key state witness. He told the court that he was not the one who shot the women and says the farm owner, Zachariah Olivier, is responsible. The other accused, who are Olivier and William Mosora, will face the trial starting in October. I am a journalist from South Africa, currently living in South Korea, and I'm bringing news from South Africa and all over the world. The son of Maria Makgato, who is one of the women who was unalived, was very emotional after hearing that de Wet was released. The story is far from over, but what do you think? Do you think these women will ever get justice? Let me know in the comment section. For longer stories and more detailed news, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's called Life with Miss Media. The link's in my bio. See you there.
Two black South African women, Maria Makgato and Lucia Ndlovu, were shot and killed on a pig farm in Limpopo. Their bodies were fed to pigs. They weren't breaking in. They weren't stealing. They were collecting leftover food, something locals had done for years. This time, the white farm owner, his 19-year-old supervisor, and another man allegedly opened fire. This case is currently going through court, so I'm going to use the word allegedly. Lucia's husband was there too. He was shot, but he ran, he survived, and he reported it. When police searched the farm, they found the women's bodies decomposing in the pigsty. Now pause and ask yourself, while 49 white South Africans were granted asylum in the United States, claiming they're the ones in danger, what does this say about who gets protected? Because two black women were literally discarded like waste. Barely anyone outside of South Africa is talking about it. Suspects are in custody, the case is ongoing, and it matters because justice doesn't just fail in silence. It fails when the world decides who's worth hearing about and who isn't. This is the Africa you're not shown, but I'm here to show you.
Please, this thing is painful. What that man did is evil. Nobody deserves to die like that. These are the words of a community member after the bodies of two of the community members, mainly Maria Makgato, 47 years old, as well as Kutsai Ndlovu, 34 years old, were found decomposing, riddled with bullets, and partially eaten by pigs on a pig farm in Limpopo near Sebokeng, South Africa. Now, the accused in this case are 60-year-old Zachariah Olivier, farm supervisor Adrian de Wet, who is now turned state's witness, as well as farmhand William Mosoro, who is 50 years old. And they are all innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, and they are currently undergoing their trial. On that day, we know that Maria and Kutsai, along with Kutsai's husband, Maputu, went to go and forage for some yogurt, which was near expired or past its expiry date, which was being fed to the pigs on Mr. Olivier's farm, right? And we know from the community that many people used to go and do this. It was well known in the community. And you know what? They knew that they were trespassing, but you know what? No one deserves to be killed like a pest for trespassing. And this is allegedly what happened in this case. I mean, according to Adrian de Wet, who has turned state's witness, he claims that Zachariah, the farm owner, was the one that shot the ladies. And we know that Kutsai's husband was also shot, Maputu was also shot, but he managed to get away and he managed to crawl away to the road. And we know that according to Adrian, that he was forced under duress to move the ladies' bodies into the pig pen where the pigs were supposed to eat them to dispose of evidence. And this is something that is just absolutely disgusting. I'm shocked that it happened in our country, and I will be following this trial because things like this cannot happen. Now, we know that Mr. Olafir, or Zachariah Olafir, has had a contentious relationship with the local community for years. We know that there was a cabbage seller that has come forward and said that he was just selling cabbages on the side of the road, and Mr. Zachariah stopped, Model Citizen stopped, and he came and chased him away even though it wasn't on his property. And we know that there are a lot of farmers in South Africa that work with their communities. This is not a bash on all farmers. I know lots of them that work with their communities and try and empower their communities, but this was obviously not the case that was happening here. Now, the trial has started, and day one, we learned about testimony from Adrian de Wet, and I will be posting updates on this case. So if you would like to follow me, consider giving me a follow and a like. And we are here because of these two women here. Look at their faces, Maria and Kutsai, and they have been brutally murdered, and we want justice for them.
In South Africa, a shocking case is unfolding that's reigniting racial tensions. A white farm owner, Zachariah Olivier, and two of his employees, Adrian de Wet, just 19, and William Muzoro, a 45-year-old foreign national, are facing trial for allegedly murdering two black women who they claim were trespassing. Prosecutors say the women were shot and their bodies fed to pigs on a farm in Sebaeng, Limpopo. The alleged crime happened in August 2024, and the decomposed bodies were found days later in a pigsty. The victims had reportedly gone to the farm to collect expired dairy products when they were attacked. A third person, a man who survived with gunshot wounds, says one of the women was his wife, and the other their neighbor. The accused are facing multiple charges: murder, attempted murder, possession of illegal firearms, and more. Muzoro is also charged under immigration laws. The case has sparked national outrage, echoing past incidents where alleged petty theft led to deadly violence, often
Thank you. I did try to consult her earlier. We were still in this house when I tried to consult with you. Can you just adjust for that, please?
Could this still be about land, this opposition, and racial inequality? Well, it's terrible. But let me still know what you think in the comment section. Yeah.
Oh, why don't I hear anyone speaking about the two black women who went on a farm and were unalived by the farmer, and then had the employees feed those same two black women to pigs, yet these are the people that Trump claims needed saving and needed to come here. A white Afrikaner farmer decided that he was going to murder in cold blood by shooting two black women and then chopping them up and fed them to pigs. They were not asked to enter a plea, and the men were arrested after police investigation led to the discovery of the decomposed bodies of the women in a pigsty on a farm in Sayabeg, outside where this farm was. The investigation began when a 45-year-old South African woman went missing after visiting the farm on the 17th of August in 2024, accompanied by a 35-year-old foreign national woman. Both women sustained gunshot wounds and they never escaped. They were essentially fed to these animals. These are the same Afrikaners that Trump brought here because they were facing a you-know-what-aside in Africa. But it's pretty clear they're the one doing the unaliving. I'm interested as into why the far right isn't talking about this.
Mabuto Ndlovu, who was wounded in the incident that claimed his wife's life and that of Maria Makgatho, is still in shock. He recalls the day he last saw his wife after they were allegedly shot while collecting food dumped at the farm to feed their families. Their homes are situated less than 10 kilometers from the farm where their bodies were found.
Safika farm, sifika farm lapha sabheka lapha esihlala sibheka khona. Sathola kula lutho. So siloke sibheka sabona abantu ababili ababemi. So suddenly siloke sibona abantu labana siloke sixoxisana ngokuthi ngobani. Sezwi ubhobho siqala ukudubula. First bullet yachaya emoyeni, esibili yachaya mina, esithathu yachaya omunye unkosikazi esasilaye, esine yachaya unkosikazi wami. So suka khonapho nacambalala. For the meantime ngabuyela futhi kunkosikazi wami ukuthi ngimbheke ukuthi lokho ephila yini, ngathola lokho ephila. Ngaxoxa la ukuthi ngeke ngamsiza ngimsindise kodwa kwakungela ncedo engaluyenza. Befika esibhedlela i-ambulance yathi yabele ethatha unkosikazi wami. Kodwa ngezozwa officer in charge sithi ambulance le police yawubela ayibatholanga. Kodwa after 4 days 5 days sokwenzakele lento mina sesibhedlela. Ngezwa utholakale ejikwe esipayini sengulube.
Maria Makhato's family is still battling to come to terms with the gruesome murder of their daughter.
Ba molaile ka dimpya ka re ba mo lumisitse le dimpya ba be ba mo lathela ka leshakeng la dikolobe. Ye le motho wa ka bolaya motho ka mpya wa mo lumisa le dimpya be a mo lathela ka leshakeng la dikolobe.
She says she does not see herself living through this tragedy.
Nanga skhona uphila botse ke to phila yene bana bangwana ka batho ba ba sokola le nna ke to ba ke sokola bona me kwa ke dula ke gole tšhelete e be ke tsere go tuana ba mbuditse moshomo o thoma polokwane ke ya polokwane o thoma ke ita mo ane bjele a ke sana le tšhelete a o namela.
The families are calling for justice.
Ngesifiso sami ngangakhangelanga ukuthi umlungu ozobulala. Ngangikhangela ukuthi uzosibamba kumbe nesikhabe semapholiseni. Kodwa kwenzakala kanjalo. So isifiso sami ukuthi la nxa ukuthi wephula umthetho wangcono la ehlale ejele kuze kube nini.
Postmortem results will be released on Tuesday for families to know what led to the death of their loved ones as they prepare for their burials. For Newsroom Africa on Channel 405, I am Zola Sholwana at Mangweng, Polokwane.